Hello everybody, this is Dr. Boney. I'll be your instructor for MMSC491, summer of 2022. Hi, how time flies. This course orientation video will show you how to navigate the course from start to finish, so if you're ever confused about how to navigate or what to do next, you can refer back to this video. So I'm just going to kind of start from the top here and go down. So first things first, click on syllabus. A little intro from me. You definitely want to click on the syllabus and take a look at it, which we'll do now. And I'm not going to read this whole thing to you now. You can read this yourself, but I am going to go through some of the aspects of it. So the text, if you talk to anybody who's taken this course, this course absolutely requires you to read the textbook. There is no doubt about it. It's designed that way. Many of you are going to be PAs and whatnot, or going on to some sort of medical school of some kind, and a lot of times what you're going to get there is just, here's 12 chapters, you have a test on them 3 weeks from now, go. No study guide, no nothing. So this course is also designed to kind of help you to refocus and make sure you can learn from a textbook as well as from lectures and activities. So this is the book that's required. I actually, in the course, put a PDF of the textbook. You can use that. However, if you want a paper copy, it's up to you to go to the bookstore and get a copy of that, or rent it from Amazon, or do whatever you want to do. So there's all the stuff you're going to learn. That's a lot of stuff. Here is the breakdown of how the course is graded. And then the part you want to pay the most attention to is this. This is going to let you know exactly what you need to do and when you need to do it, so you know exactly what's going on. So everything basically starts on a Monday and ends on a Sunday, week by week. And you can see here that this first week you have chapter 1 stuff, and I'll go to that, plus the course introduction overview. And what is due is the Sunday, which is going to be discussion 1, quiz 1, and the course procedural details form. And this process repeats. So week 2, chapter 2, discussion 2, quiz 2, and it's due Sunday down the line. Then your first exam. Because this falls near a holiday, I realize a lot of you probably are going to be traveling to some degree. The exam will be taken online through the Respondus software, and I'll talk about that in a little bit. But I'm opening it up for 3 days. So you can take the exam 7-1, 7-2, or 7-3. It doesn't matter to me which day you take it. So moving down the line again, we repeat with 5, 6, 7, and 9. Outlined exactly the same as the first one. And then moving into the very end of it, we have a shorter turnover, but we only have 2 chapters. And this one actually has problem-based learning assignments that you'll be doing. Those are due on the 7th, and then starting on the 8th, which is the last week of the course. It's really not a full week technically. It's over Wednesday or Thursday. Actually Thursday. You have a case study that won't take you that long to do. And you also have the exam 3, and the dates of that are there. So this is a guide that can help you out with exactly what you need to know and where you need to go to get it. So if we go back again to syllabus, so the first thing you talked about was a course procedural form. So you're going to click on this. There's a couple ways to do it. This is the form itself. You can also, and I'll show you how to go to assignments, it'll also be there as well. So there's a couple different ways to get it. If you go here, the course procedural, there it is again. Start the assignment. You're basically going to sign it, and you are going to submit it here. Just basically says you understand the process of how the course works. So moving down the line, what I also have, a couple things I'm going to do, is I actually use a series of simulated short videos as well as longer course lecture videos. This course was designed by another instructor, and the instructor has a series of longer PowerPoints that are annotated, just basically voiceover PowerPoints. But I also wanted to add, once I took the course over, some shorter fundamental assessment videos for you to kind of learn. They're short videos. Some are 3 minutes, some are 6 or 7. They're not much longer than that. And I'm going to kind of show you how to do that. So the first thing you want to do, and it's free, it costs nothing, is you're going to click here, register for Edpuzzle here. And when you do that, it's going to take you to a page that looks like this, and basically do not fill in any of this. Go all the way up here in the corner and basically do sign up. And you want to sign up with Edpuzzle. And this is the course, obviously, that it's going to sign you up for. First name, last name, username, password. Great, bam. Once you're done, you're done. And so you don't need to go there really anymore to do the assignment. So what do you use those for? So so now that you've got into Edpuzzle and you've registered, where is it? Well, if we scroll down here and look under Chapter 1, some of these things have fundamental, which you're probably used to in a lot of classes. Like I'll just click on 1.1, which is a PowerPoint that has a voiceover, and they're fairly longer. These were not created by me. But also, if you notice, besides that, there's other things like this, like structure of DNA and DNA replication. So what are these? Well, these are actually the Edpuzzle videos, and once you've registered for it, it will automatically connect it to this course. So let me show you what I mean by that. So obviously and just to kind of do a more general sense of what I would do, the way to do all these is in order. So Chapter 1, start here, obviously, and will bring you right to a discussion post. And you can do it a couple different ways. You can click next if you want, or you can also just go back to the list and click the second thing down, which is structure of DNA. And what you're going to see here is this little integrated video is an Edpuzzle, and because you've registered for it, you're not going to see my name, you're going to see your name. And basically what this is a short video that kind of fundamentally gets you set up for, do you understand the basic structure of DNA before we get into the way more sophisticated aspects of it? And so you would click start. And what you'll notice about this thing, and you can make it full screen as well, is it looks like a YouTube video, but it actually is more than that. And these little teardrops that are in there are embedded comments or assessment questions that I ask during these videos. So you won't be able to hear this because obviously I have my headphones on. But here you go. Basically, these do not count towards your grade, just as a little realization. They're basically to help you. And as you go along, and you can't hear what this guy's saying, but I'm trying to fast forward, and you'll notice that it won't let me. So these Edpuzzle videos, I have about 45 of them strewn throughout the course. You can get rid of that. You can also, by the way, make it full screen if you want. And just to kind of show you like what you're looking at, there is the little teardrops at the bottom. And once it gets to a particular teardrop, which it'll be at soon, I'm going to show you what's going to happen. It'll either be a comment sometimes, or it'll be some sort of quick question. That kind of assesses. So basically here, again, I'm just moving around my screen here, but this is just a little comment. These are designed, again, some are multiple choice, as I said before, and whatnot. So those are the Edpuzzle videos, and those are literally right in line if you want it once you finish that one. Again, they're not graded. They're almost like, because this is online, if you were in front of me in a classroom, this is what I'd be teaching you. And you can click next if you want, and of course it'll bring you to the next one down, which is yet another Edpuzzle video. And then you can go to the next one, of course, and it'll bring you to transcription translation. So you kind of get the idea here of how this is going to work. And there's the full section 1. So why did I organize it this way? The idea is you should be able to review these first, so that once you actually tackle the full section 1.1, you have a fundamental understanding of the background of this. That's the way this is designed. It's designed to almost assume that you know nothing about these things, have some fundamental knowledge through the Edpuzzles, and then be able to learn them through the section 1.1 PowerPoints and also the book. And let me stress to you now, I ask anyone who took this course, I even have a survey that I gave them. It would be very, very, very difficult to pass this class without reading the textbook. And I know you guys are not used to that kind of stuff, but please take my word for it. The textbook is absolutely going to be the main way that you learn and take notes. So that's what you're doing right down the list. Here you are. You just go chapter by chapter, and then we finally get to the end of chapter 4, and we have a study guide. Now, if I were you, I would take the study guide and I would look at this first. So this is telling you exactly what's on the exam. It's not a trick question. So here are all of the components of it. everything in dark, these are the main topics of what's on the exam. It is not, there's no secrets here. I literally took a look at every question, and this is what everyone's about. So if you want to know what it is, there it is. You basically need to know everything you can about these terms. In order to help you with those, this is what all these questions are. You are not required to do them, but these are questions that align with and might help you to answer these things. And so that's kind of how they have to do with each other. So for example, if I just trade a random one like DNA replication, right? If I look down here, I have a whole mess of stuff about replication. These are the ones that basically they're referring to. All this stuff is all about replication. So that's kind of the idea here. These are the specific questions, and these are things that you can kind of test yourself on to make sure that you know kind of what you're doing with that. So that is a kind of overview of most of what you're going to see down the line. As far as all of your assignments, now let's talk about those. You obviously have a fair amount of assignments, and you can look at those on the right as far as when to do them, or you can go directly to them in assignments. Either one's fine. You'll see that you have discussions here. You also have quizzes. The quizzes are not proctored, meaning that there's no sort of proctoring software. So, if you need to use some sort of help or the textbook, I have no problem with that. The one part that is proctored, meaning that you can have no resources out except your brain, are the exams. So you need to have your webcam working, and basically it will do things like not allow right-clicking or dual screen or anything like that. Opening up browser attachments. So in order to make sure that this works, this is a very important thing I'm going to say. In order to make sure that that proctoring software works, if you go here and if you click on this and if you download the Respondus software and you take a one question fake exam, and the one question fake exam question basically says, can you see this question? And you answer yes. If you finish that by June 19th, you will get 5 points added to your final grade on exam 1. So if you end up getting, and that's percentage, which is a lot. So if you end up getting an 82, you really got an 87. The reason I do that is I want to make sure that the software is working before the first exam, because this uses basically the exact same software as this exam, and this exam, and hopefully those make sense to you about why that is. So this is the whole entire course. I've basically opened it up one major unit at a time. So right now you can only see everything you'll need up to the first exam, and once we get to the second exam, I'll open that up as well. So what's my role in all this? My role is to be a resource for you. And I pride myself on making sure that I keep up with you. So every once a week or so, I'll probably check in. I might write you an individual email depending on how many people are in the class. But if you are stuck on something, that's why I'm here. We can set up a Zoom. I can kind of help you out with some of the content. The questions I cannot help with, if you're like, I don't understand chapter 4, well, that's not going to fly. Even if it's, I don't understand DNA replication, that's still not going to fly. If it's, I really don't understand in the idea of replication, how the replication differs from the leading strand to the lagging strand, that's a question I can help with. And what I mean by that is that you have to do your work first. You have to go through and make sure that you're doing the ed puzzles and you are taking notes on this stuff and you are reading the book, and if you don't get it, that's where I can help. And so I'm happy to help, and that's why I'm here. My goal is for you to do the best you possibly can. So on that note, everything is kind of here that you need. And if you need me, please don't hesitate to ask. I look forward to helping you through this class, and good luck.